What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Hold for the last time this week. Feels like the 50th time of this week. First and foremost, it's Friday. We made it to the end of the day. Cheers. We've got a little, this is not a sponsored beer, but it should be. We got some Neon Beer Hug. Shout out Rad Dad. Put me onto this one, a little 7%er to get a little feisty. I see a few of you in the chat already. We got Rowdy Rod, Borland, Stubbs. Good to see everybody. Here's how this is going to work. We're just going to break down some of the late breaking NBA news as we get ready for today's slate. I'm going to take you through some of the spreadsheets. We'll look at some value that's popping, maybe build a lineup or two. I'm also, we're going to do a little giveaway as well. Shout out our man, the Admiral Club, who won our YouTube VIP giveaway of a Chicago Bulls dynamic duo. And you know what he said? He said, Mike, I want to give back. So we're going to do a little Bradley Beal Top Shot debut giveaway for this stream. And who knows? It's the first time we're doing it. So maybe there's not a lot of people. The odds are in your favor. So all you got to do is to qualify for this, a Bradley Beal Top Shot debut is like the stream. Subscribe to Team Hold and put hashtag so rare into the chat. I hope everybody leave us. Thanks for being here, man. I hope everybody crushed their so rare rewards today. So for those that don't know, right, we if you competed in some of these tournaments, you might have won some stuff. Here are the two common moments I want, or common cards, excuse me. I'll get better at this. Greg Brown, the tree, Greg Brown the third, and then we get a Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors. So we're feeling pretty good about that. Feeling pretty good about the things that we snagged so far. Botavine is asking if this is financial advice. Who knows? It might be. But yeah, so we get a Greg Brown and Scotty Barnes out of that one, looking to actually do well this weekend so that it feels better. But before we start digging into So Rare, I pinned a chat I pinned a chat up there. If you are new to So Rare, if this is your first time dabbling, we have a link that's in the chat, but also in our show notes. If you sign up, you get 20 free commons right away, which is cool. You can play for free. You don't have to buy shit if you don't want to. But if you decide to, if you buy 5 on the marketplace, you're just going to get a 6 card free. So sign up for So Rare if you haven't done that. It helps us out. And you don't even have to pay anything if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Play that free, baby. Play that free. But sign up if you haven't done so. All right, let's dive in. I got Zion. Is he starting? Tevin, I got bad news for you. It doesn't seem like he's playing. So we're going to go over to Underdog. Shout out to Underdog. Sign up for Underdog, promo code HOLD, deposit match. I'm just going to run through some of their recent tweets to see what we've got from injury news, but I saw a report from Woj. Was saying that there's a decent chance he sits. So we've got Şengün went through shoot around, remains probable for Friday. Şengün, a fantastic fantasy play. Markieff Morris is not really on the report, but who cares? Joe Harris not on the report. Seth Curry's questionable for Saturday. All that does is kind of spread out the Nets in general, right? The Nets have been bad, so getting Seth Curry and Joe Harris healthy is important. Fantasy-wise, I'm not sure what that does. Woj says Zion Williamson, a game-time decision, a real possibility he sits out. That would suck. Mainly because I want to watch that game tonight and be excited. But why this is important and what's tough about this is because if he doesn't get announced until after lock, right, there's a lot of dead lineups who played Zion probably. But there might be, like, if you want to speculate, right? Maybe people don't play Zion because they're like, he's questionable. You fire Zion in there. Maybe Zion's a sneaky play. Or you go the other way. You're like, I think Zion's going to sit. You also know Ingram's out. If Ingram is out, Zion is out. Holy shit for guys like CJ, Trey Murphy, Jonas Valanciunas, even Najee Marshall. Like, there's a lot of those guys that are in play at that point. Nug Life said, sick flannel, bro. Come to Seattle. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. So that's most of the injury news. We're probably going to get some more stuff. Russ is back. He's going to be coming off the bench, it looks like. AD seems probable. Michael Porter Jr. is back in action. It looks like Joel Embiid is questionable for tonight. That's something to pay attention to. And then one of the ones that people might forget, I don't know if they'll forget about, but Dame Lillard is going to be out this weekend. I believe the Blazers only have one game, which is tonight. And no Dame for the weekend. So if you are sitting there looking at Dame, I would get him out of your lineups. Obviously, Dame being out provides a ton of usage for guys like Simons and Shaden Sharps of the world, who I may have overpaid for. So again, I think it's important as we're like, we'll probably start getting more news in the next like 20 minutes or so of, other injury related things. I'm going to pull up the schedule for the weekend quickly and we can just go over that. Gnome says, how about Moses Moody? So I love Moses Moody, Gnome. I'm just nervous they're not using him enough. But I'm into it. I'm into it. Nug Life says MPJ shooting 50% from three right now. Wild. Wild. All right, so let's pull up the games. Here's what we're looking at tonight. Let me blow this up a wee bit more. So we got Atlanta, Detroit, Charlotte, Orlando, Cleveland, Boston, which should be a fun one, but fantasy-wise, outside of Tatum and Brown, and then, of course, you can use your Mobleys, Allens of the world, even Donovan Mitchell, because there's no Darius Garland, whatever. Philadelphia, Toronto gets wild. If Embiid doesn't play, Harden becomes this like crazy usage monster. Montrezl Harrell is their backup big, right? So Harrell would be kind of nuts. I'm not making that up, right? Montrezl Harrell is their backup. Now I'm like getting nervous. He's not, but I'm pretty sure he is. But I mean, the amount of usage that gets spread around Philadelphia if he is out is huge. So definitely pay attention to the Embiid questionable news. Indy, Washington, who cares? New York, Milwaukee. We got LA Lakers against Minnesota. Chicago, San Antonio, Denver, Utah, which will be, Jokic should just go for 1,000,000 points, right? And then New Orleans, Phoenix, and Houston, Portland. These are the last two games right there, fantasy goodness, especially if Zion sits. But that, like, people aren't paying attention enough to how bad Houston is at defense. Houston is not interested in any sort of defensive stuff. So I think if you are, that's kind of why I ended up, listen, full disclosure, my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. I spent $1,000,000 on Shaden Sharp. I just bought Shaden Sharp on the marketplace. I don't feel great about it, but went out there and did it. Because he's an 11 cap, dude. Shaden Sharp is an 11 cap. And if he's going to play like 30 minutes or even 25 minutes, it's great. Simon's also still an awesome play. Sorry, I had to get some of that 7% IPA into me. Dude, imagine being in a flannel and not drinking an IPA. Ever think about that? Let's go to the Saturday games. Saturday games, real dog shit stuff. Miami versus Sacramento, Golden State versus Charlotte, Indy versus Brooklyn, Philly versus Chi-Town, Atlanta and Milwaukee, OKC and Dallas, Memphis and Utah. Memphis will be a fun one on Saturday. And then Sunday, again, the only one that I was super excited about was Houston, Phoenix, Denver, and LA. But you also got Orlando, Dallas, Mini, San Antonio, Golden State, Detroit basketball, New York and Cleveland, Boston, Washington, and then Clip City and New Orleans. So stuff to pay attention to. It's important to have those games. You're seeing people put Sorare into the chat. Just a reminder, we're going to give away a Bradley Beal Top Shot debut. All you got to do is like the stream, subscribe, and put hashtag Sorare into the chat. And we'll give that away. Shout out the Admiral Club for doing that. But all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start building, talking you through what I'm looking at right now. And then I think what we should do is pull up momentumlabs.app. If you're not familiar with Momentum Labs, I will put a link into the chat right now. They do some great projections for some of fantasy basketball stuff. So if you're in the Top Shot streets, they've got moment ranks. They also have the Super Draft, just a lot of stuff. So dropping that in there. Actually, you know what? Before we build the lineup, let's look at the spreadsheet. So here we go. We're going to go over here. And as you can see, he's got projections here. He's got the cap listed as well. He's got some of the pricing, which is like mostly accurate. It's sometimes you're going to see it's not super accurate. Not that it's not super accurate, but it's just being adjusted in real time, right? Of course, right? This isn't like over the top great analysis. But yes, if you can play Giannis, that's very exciting. Ryan said you should give away a Bradley Beal limited card. Ryan, listen, I'm going to tell you what. I am going to start doing that. But I wasn't prepared to do it today. But come Monday, we'll do it again. That Mike, hey, team, hold that note. Mike hit on the million on Sharp was low-key fire. There you go. Yeah, so we will start doing that. I promise. But yeah, of course, dude, if you can fit in Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Morant, whatever, like good for you that they're good at basketball. I think it's more important to pay attention to the cap though, because obviously you need to be able to fit in these guys. You need to be able to fit these lineups in, right? So if you plug in, like I actually purchased a Ja Morant because I was jacked up about it. I was jacked up about John Morant limited. But I'm not going to be able to play him really until we start firing out that MVP. Once you get that MVP, it'll make more sense. But at 54, that's hard as hell. So let's actually let's just agree that all of these are good plays. But we're going to scroll down a little bit and let's go into I'm more interested in these big values that are going to spike here, right? So that we can fit stuff in. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not back yet, right? No, he's at 0. So Trae Young is popping a little bit. Of course, Trae Young, that's a great play. But let's keep moving down. Ben Simmons, dude. Ben Simmons sucks right now. But we do know that he does have some real fantasy value. Does Sorare have Keon Johnson? That's a great question. I'm not sure if Keon's out there. I think he is, actually. If we go over to the market, we'll check out new card auctions. Let's see if there's a key. I thought I actually saw Keon. You think Keon's going to pop? Keon Johnson. There's 22 of them. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what but not for another hour. All right. We got to wait another hour. Let's actually look at the manager sales and see if there's any Keons over there. Keon's a great call if you think he's going to pop here. I clicked. No, that's Keldon. That's not the one we want. Let's look at Keon Johnson. We'll try this. Let's see what the manager sales are going for right now. We'll do lowest price. $5. Let's just buy one for $5 right now. You like Keon? I'll buy one right now, dude. Buy. Bang. We're buying stuff live. Buying stuff live. Playing Ben Simmons is insanity. I know, dude. Ben Simmons is really tough. Wow, I can't believe we just did that. Yeah, Keon should pop with Dame out. People obviously like Simons. Yeah, do you think Keon Johnson, what's his cap at? Oh, wait, no, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. His cap is 25. That's actually a terrible buy. See, this is what happens when we do it in real time. Doing it in real time is brutal. Shouldn't have done that. There's no way. There's no way I can play him with a cap of 25. I don't think. Depending on, let's actually go over. I should have done this first. Let's look at Keon. So he's got Keon Johnson as not a great value play, but look at it. It was $5, right? We're having fun. We're having fun, aren't we? Let's go back over to, I feel like a lot of people were struggling with some like sub 15 buys, right? My wheel is tied up with my microphone cord. Sick. Don't burn all your Blue Chew money. I know, dude. Hard as hell. Let's go look at the we'll do a couple sub 20s, right? So we talked about this yesterday, I think, in a separate video that I did, but we got Kelly Olynyk popping a little bit, Jared Vanderbilt. These Utah guys are just going to pop a little bit. They're just going to continue to pop. Cam Johnson is fine. Dorian Finney-Smith, I'm less excited about unless somebody's sitting. I know he's out there for a ton of minutes. I don't know. He's just not fun for me. But now we're getting into some good stuff. So here we talked about Trey Murphy. I wonder what Trey Murphy's price is right now. He has him at $34. Like, I should have just bought that instead. But let's look at Murphy on manager sales and see what we got over here with Trey. Trey right now, yeah, it makes sense. He's at like in the mid to high 30s. That makes sense because especially if Zion's out. Mason Plumlee, you couldn't pay me to play him. You couldn't. I'm seeing in the chat, Wes Matthews is pretty nice. You know what, Desired? I think you're right. But I'm never playing Wes Matthews again. I'm never doing it again. Mike has full access to JBB's streams and doesn't use them live. To his streams? What do you mean, his streams? What do you mean? Josh Green was great for the Mavs last night. Think he's great value and in line for some more minutes. Yeah, man. Josh Green, I think that's a great call, Ellis. Thanks for putting that into the chat. Josh Green is someone who's been popping quite a bit lately. Let's actually see what Josh Green is doing on the... Not Danny. We're not interested in Danny or Jeff or J. Michael or Javante. Josh, yeah, he has Josh popping quite a bit here. Projected for 11. What's that? The cap is at 3 point. I bet you, though, how much this is probably going to be very expensive. So I would not recommend buying Josh Green right now. I'm assuming this is going to be like a lot. I should have typed in Josh Green. Let's see what he's looking at. 20. Actually, 20 is not bad. 20 is not too bad. If you think, man, because this could get you to play somebody with 3. Yeah, I don't know, man. That Josh Green. Oh, wait, I don't like any DFS slander. Wait, hold on. Top shot common man. For the record, I love Dorian Finney-Smith. I love Dorian Finney-Smith. What I don't love is playing Dorian Finney-Smith for daily fantasy sports. So he has to play like 40 minutes for him to get there. Like he just doesn't do enough. He's a great basketball player. I love Dorian Finney-Smith. All right, consensus is we're not going after Josh Green, but let's keep looking at some of these other values. So Kaminga, I know, has popped a little bit. Sam Hauser. I wish it was pronounced Hosier. Take me to church. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a. But those guys are popping a little bit. To me, the only way you are playing these guys is if you are trying to fit in John Morant or like Nikola Jokic or LeBron James, right? Because I don't know. I'm of the mindset, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to know what you're doing. I'm kind of the mindset. I'm trying to build a balanced build because I think it really is hard. It's really hard to just like nail those cheap value plays because once you plug in, like here, I'll start building my lineup and I'll show you what I mean by this. Let's go to play. I'm going to be doing. I'm still one of the poors, so I'm doing a limited contender, but I'm not doing a rare yet, which I know I probably should be doing. But if I plug this in, right, it's at a 110. If I start with John Morant, like now what? Now I have 56 the rest of the way. That's really hard. That's really hard to build like a competitive lineup. So I don't know. Hammy says I'm doing balance, but there are some big values out there. Hammy, who are some of your favorite value plays right now? I'll show you who I picked up in a second. Let me go back over. I wanted to keep scrolling Momentum Labs. In my opinion, the healthy build is 34, 22, 22, 22, 10. I like that. I mean, it also depends on what you own too, right? Like it depends on what you own. Mine is 34, 24, 23, 22, 27. I like that. That job buy is hilarious. Play with it. No. So I'm going to, Botavine, that's rude. I feel like you're making fun of me. I'm going to save that John Morant. I bought the John Morant for the MVP for the record, not for tonight. Andrew said it's tough figuring out the best way to approach this given everyone is largely eyeing the same lower L10 guys. Don't want to overpay every week. Well, Andrew, I totally agree. And that's why I think you should be shopping on like Tuesdays. Because or like Monday nights, Friday nights after these lineup blocks, I think are the time to do it. I've also been reacting like in real time. So when I saw Cole Anthony go down, I went after RJ Hampton right away. I'd actually be curious to see what RJ Hampton's price is now on, we'll go back to building in a second, just because I wanted to see if like, I just want to see how dumb I am. Really, is what I'm doing here. How dumb am I? Let's check out RJ Hampton. It's only 14 on the marketplace right now. Low ask is what? 18. I probably paid more than that because I suck at this game. That's what you're gonna learn. I'm appreciating everyone tuning in, but you're probably like, wow, this guy's a real dumbass. Let's see. RJ Hampton, 19. Okay, so it wasn't too bad. Let's keep looking at some of these value guys, though. Europe mornings are great, says Botavine. Yeah, job buy was for the show as a write-off. What does the spreadsheet say the best player under 16 cap is? There we go. Runaway Rick, thanks for being here. All right, you want to look at 16 or under, Joker Rock? Let's do it. So let's go to 16. I'm seeing a couple here at 16. Steven Adams at 17, Joker Rock. I'm only pointing that out because I know you're a Grizz fan. So we got Malik Beasley, Cody Martin, DeAnthony Melton. You know what? DeAnthony Melton is a fun one to bet on. Again, none of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. One thing I will say, if you go after DeAnthony Melton, I like because there's been rumors that Philadelphia has to switch up the way they're playing. And wait, it's not the all day football show. I'm looking for like the right, whatever. We'll do that. There's rumors that DeAnthony Melton possibly could start over PJ Tucker in the future. Maybe we see a more expanded role. I think that's somebody to pay attention to. I think DeAnthony, I'm not saying it's the right call right now, but if you were trying, like we're talking about, like everyone's targeting the same guys, so the price of everything goes up, then maybe you gotta start a little bit sooner. So anyways, DeAnthony Melton's someone I'm keeping my eye on, which means I'll probably buy at the top. Grant Williams is suspended, so don't pay attention to him. Grayson Allen is not suspended yet, but probably will be soon. He's popping a little bit here, sub 15. Primo, I believe, just got ruled out actually. So let's go back over to Underdog, see if there was a Primo alert. I thought I saw Primo got ruled out. I know he missed the last game, but I thought that was more of a tanking situation. Let's see if we got any more. Josh Primo, although I'm sure the chat's probably already told me. Only 430 tweets on Primo. Are you kidding me? Come on, Primo should be going viral. Primo is out. Devin Vassell is out. No, Devin Vassell is out again. So man, Keldon Johnson is a great play. We talked about. You know what? Hold on. I want to see some before I say this out loud, just because I want to check. I want to check before you guys go steal my plays. I bet it's already popping, so this probably isn't even a good call. But the rookie who I put him in a Twitter thread. I put him in the video. The rookie from San Antonio, what's he going for? Oh, 50 fucking bucks, man. I think when I pointed that out, it was much cheaper. Jeremy Sohan, the rookie from San Antonio, is someone that's a little enticing. But not at that price point, guys. At that price point, I don't think you should be dabbling unless you are a sicko. And if you are buying stuff like that, then make sure you're using our promo code so I get that kickback. You know what I'm saying? It makes Keldon Johnson a much better play tonight, though. I'm telling you right now, I'm locking him into my lineup. Kyle Anderson, Duarte, Caleb Martin for Miami, I think is a good call because like his 10-game average got boned a little bit, right, when he got kicked out of the game. So that's something to Caleb Martin. I really don't like Caleb Martin. I think that Miami situation is bad. Mike's saying you can, keep me posted, Mike. What is Westbrook's price actually? I'm not gonna go out there and get Russell Westbrook. I don't think. I promise you though, guys, he's not this bad. He's not this bad. So at some point, whether it's on a different team or whatever, 24 bucks, man. Honestly, look at this photo, dude. Look at this photo. Sorare was ahead of its time. They knew how sad this man was. It's sad. Come on, Russ. Let's keep scrolling through some of these values. Eric Gordon, man, he's out. I'll be honest, outside of Shingun, Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, I don't know. I'm not going after it. All right, here we go. Oh man, look at this. I was right. Jeremy, guys, this was in the thread. I called this yesterday. Is there a way to check what the prices were yesterday? Somebody tell me what Jeremy Sochin was yesterday. Because man, God, I'm so mad at myself for not following through. Because he's popping. Look at that, 1.95 at a 13 cap. Gosh darn it. Javonte Green. Obviously, Shaden Sharp when we get to him, but he's too priced up. Dean Wade. I bet you no one is buying Dean Wade. No one wants to buy a white guy from Cleveland, myself included. Dean Wade. Also, Dean. When's the last? 17 bucks. There you go, Joker Rock. That's your play. You're looking for a cheap value play. He comes in at 12. He's found himself. I think he's been starting over Isaac Okoro the last couple of games. So there you go. Dean Wade is your man. How do we feel about that? Tevin says Sorare data has all the price stats. Shout out Tevin, man. Thank you. I feel like you have provided two good things for me there. So I appreciate it. Yeah. So anyways, I think Dean Wade might be your call, Joke Rock. I'm going to be honest. That's not my favorite, but that might be a way to go. And then, of course, we're going to get down to Jock Lundell. We talked about him a little. I think I'm going to be playing him in my lineup. And then Shaden Sharp is popping because that has a ton to do with the Dame injury. That Dame injury really opens up usage. It really does. Let's remind the people too. We're firing up a little giveaway. So if you haven't yet, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag #SoRare. I'm imagining most of you have already signed up for SoRare, but if you haven't, there's a link that's pinned into the chat. You can also see it in the show notes. If you sign up using that link, you get 20 free comment cards to get cooking. And then you can also, if you buy 5 in the market, you get your 6th one free. What I'm thinking now is I get started building some of my lineups. But if you have any other questions or guys you want me to take a look at using momentumlabs.app, let me know. So I'm going to start with my common contender. I'm going to start with my MVP. Jokic is going to continue to be my guy. And then I think I don't know when Josh Giddey's coming back, so that's making me nervous. I know Dame is out. We're going to throw in Şengün now that he's good to go. Jalen Brunson has been balling. And I think the way to go is just kind of go, I'm just going to miss out on Levine. But I could do Scotty Barnes and Sadiq Bey. Actually, let's look at this again. Would you rather? Would you rather? I could do Levine and say like Austin Reeves. Or no, you know what? I'm sorry. We're doing Santi Aldama, and Zach Levine, right? And I think that's probably the best way to go because I can't get up any higher. I think that's going to be my squad right there. So we'll do, again, the Joker, Şengün, Jalen Brunson, Zach Levine, and Santi Aldama. I love Santi Aldama, man. Yotza says, why did you decide not to complete the rare one? Honestly, I've just spent too much money. That was the real reason, Yotza. I think I will. Probably next week I'll start dabbling. Mike says Dean Wade or Lamar Stevens. Let's go to the spreadsheets. I think my initial lean is Dean Wade because I feel like the minutes are safer. Let's look at Lamar Stevens. Lamar Stevens sounds like a character from a sitcom. It's projected for 0. Is Lamar Stevens out? The answer is Dean Wade based on this. Put more YouTube money into So Rare. You guys start giving me more YouTube money, I'll start putting into So Rare. Dougie McBuckets and Grayson Allen Grayson Allen, we pointed out. I didn't talk about Dougie McBuckets. Actually, Coach Stark Holmes, man, that is a great call. We saw, if we go over to ESPN, and look at the recent stats. Oh, no, let's go to scores. There is an easier way to do this. Sorry, I'm going to go to Spurs, and I just want to show you the stat line that McBuckets put up the other night against Minnesota in a 134-122 loss. But this game is when Vassell sat and Primo sat. So McBuckets kind of was vaulted into a little bit more of a role. Now, he ran hot with his shooting, but he played 24 minutes, went 4 for 8 from 3. So he put up 19 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds in 24 minutes. So if you think he's going to have a similar role with both Vassell and Primo out, that's something, Dougie McBuckets isn't a bad call there at all. Let me go back over to So Rare to just see what price is on the manager sales, to see what McFuckets is going for right now. Sorry, not safe for work. I almost typed in McBuckets for a second. So here we go. 45. Oh, wait, no. Let's Lois ask, please. $15. You can get it for $15 right now. I don't hate that at all. That's a interesting call right there. I like that. I like that call quite a bit. Especially that's probably not a long-term play, but I like it. I like it for that right now. All right, let me go. Whoops, not that one. Let's go over here. I'm going to go build my other lineup here, my other common one. Again, keep firing questions if you guys have thoughts. We're going to do the contender right now. We'll throw in LeBron. We'll throw in Scotty Barnes in this one. Now we're only have 29 for the last 3. So we're going to scroll down to Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig's a good filler. Dwayne Dedman, fine. Actually, I might do, Dwayne Dedman and Damian Lee. This lineup sucks, but whatever. We're firing it in there. But this is the one that I'm excited about. Excited to build this one right here. So like I was saying, right, I would love to play Ja, but if you play Ja, then I got to go down here. Keon Johnson. Can't believe I brought that. RIP. We already know Primo's out. I'd have to go like RJ, Shaden Sharp. I could probably get away with going like Rui maybe. And then, no, we can't do that. We'll have to throw in like Josh Christopher and then maybe Javon Carter. See, it's so hard. It's so hard to play Ja Morant in these big guys in this style until the MVP comes out. Botavine said, are you planning to hit the rare streets? Yeah, I will. The rare streets will come soon. Baby steps. I'd like to win some shit first. That's the goal. That's the goal, to win some stuff first. You know what I'm saying? Did you open the rewards? Yes, I did. I pulled Greg Brown, Greg Brown the third, and I pulled Scotty Barnes, who I just plugged in. But yeah, so this is I don't really love this build right here. So we're gonna start over. We're gonna start over here. So I think the highest I can go. So Kevin Porter Jr. would give me 6 more. I do love KPJ, but like we were saying earlier, I like this balanced build. And so I know Ben Simmons is a huge piece of crap, but I think I'm going to go Keldon Johnson, Ben Simmons. I think we're going to scroll down here. We're just going to go RJ Hampton. We're going to go Jock Landale. That leaves us 12, and we throw in Shaden Sharp. So, like the other option, if I wanted to not play Ben Simmons, I could, like, I guess I could do, oh man, what if I did Kevin Porter Jr. here? I'd have to move off of one of these guys by 15. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you could do it. I think you gotta, I think this is my best squad. And it's pretty balanced. You'd play Monty Morris over Ben Simmons. Would you really? Would you play Monty Morris over Ben Simmons? I think Ben Simmons has way more upside. I know he sucks, man. I know he sucks, but what's Monty Morris's ceiling right now? 18 points, 9 assists, right? Like he's probably not getting you anything better than that. I think I would probably go. Wait, all right. With DeLon Wright being out, I imagine the Wiz shrink their rotation, opens up more minutes for Rui and Monty. All right, let's try this again. Let's try it again. So if you do think that, we would go. Let's see if we Keldon Kevin Porter Jr. Let's see. I can't. Fuck. Because like Shaden Sharp is a must play. All right, so you were saying instead of that, let's do Monty, Rui. Oh, and then we're one off from Jock Landale. So if we don't do Rui, we could do Jock and then RJ, and then just leave 8 on the table. And then just leave 8 on the table. But dude, so like look at Monty Morris. Let's look at Monty Morris's last game. Let's look at his last game, and then I'm going to show you Ben Simmons' last game because I listen. I know Ben Simmons sucks. Okay, I know. I don't think he's going to suck this bad forever. I know he's bad right now, but let's just like look at the stats. Let's look at the stats. So the last game, Pistons lost 120-99 to the Warriors. Jesus, the Wizards, the Wizards. So all right. Monty Morris played 30 minutes. He went for 9, 6, and 6. All right. 9, 6, and 6. So that's fine. That is fine, actually. That's better than I thought it was. I didn't think he was going to get any rebounding stats. Brooklyn, on the other side, their last game against the Mavericks in that loss. They also play the Pacers. I feel like, oh, man. Simmons went, where is it? Simmons went in 37 minutes, 7 points, 3 steals, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm having such a tough time with this. Such a tough time with this. I think if we go back over here, the 8 window is so weird, right? Because I guess I could get up from Jock to Josh Christopher, but I feel like Josh Christopher is probably yeah. Simmons had OT and still sucked. I know. I think I got to go with Simmons. I do think I have to go with Simmons. I appreciate the dialogue around this, but I think I got to go with Simmons. And then we got to get off of Josh Christopher and go back down to RJ Hampton. What sucks about this is I really like everybody else. Like Shaden Sharp is great. Yeah, this is gonna be the squad. This is gonna be the squad right now. Let's look at what any other new auctions going on. And then I will also go over to Underdog and double check this again. Oh, man, Jokic going for 260. Wow. Wow. We need to see what I was hoping for is maybe some late breaking news, some late breaking injury news that we could pounce on before we get out of here. All right, okay, so nothing new from these spots. What are you guys dealing with? What are your toughest decisions right now? What are the things that you've been struggling the most with when you're trying to put these squads together? I got to tell you, the game theory around all this stuff is awesome. I'm really having a good time trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Usman Garuba was good at Eurobasket. Yeah, I bought Garuba for this past week because I thought he was going to be their first go-to big in Houston with Şengün out. and they went to everyone else before they went to him. How much was Kessler? You talking about Walker Kessler, Texas Ranger? We can look at Kessler. We can look at Kessler here. We can start with the auctions first before we go look at the manager sales. What's his? So he's got a 26 cap though. That's kind of hard. That's like a little bit. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. Ending soon. So you could probably get him for. I could get him for $10 right now, but that's the same issue with Keon Johnson, right? That cap of 26 is so hard. So you probably can't do it. I wanted to squeeze in Şengün, but I didn't. Yeah, Şengün's awesome, man. I'm a big Şengün fan. I might be going to him tonight in daily fantasy, which I probably should do in a second. But yeah, would love to hear from the chat too if you guys have anything. He says the caps are crazy. Yeah, the caps are based on their last 10 game performance. So that's why, like with Kessler balled out a little bit. So it's tough. It's tough to get that in there. Tough to get in there and that in there. Kevin says Levin's so rare and can't wait for the cash prizes in the bigger games coming soon. Yeah, I don't think they've said that officially, but I know that's on there. Like if they're gonna keep an eye on it if it continues to do well and people seem to be jacked up about it, that we'll see some of that. So I hope we do see some cash prizes too. Joker Rock says my biggest problem is change my mind every 15 minutes until lock. Have a decent mix of guys to switch in and out. Just picked up Wade. Yeah, I know, dude. This shit's addicting, man. This shit is addicting. I'm out here just like every time something comes up, I'm like, I gotta buy it. That's what I just did. Like freaking We the People is like, hey, what about Keon Johnson? I'm like, you're absolutely right. I need Keon Johnson. And then I didn't. I didn't need Keon Johnson. That was a bad buy. What else are you guys struggling with though? Help me. What other we still have the spreadsheets open. We can go take a look at that if that's something you want to dive into. If you have some like start sit questions. Would love to know what you are struggling with right now. And we're gonna do this show every Monday and Friday. We're gonna do this. So as we get closer to locking, I think it's helpful to do this kind of stuff. I'm not seeing any other injury news though right now, which is good to see. That is good to see. I know. I'm an idiot, dude. I'm an idiot. That was my fault. I should remind the people too. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag so rare for a chance at a Bradley Beal Top Shot debut. There's only 38 entrants, so get in there. So I saw another question come in. I've been thinking of focusing my buys on more volatile players who should maintain a relatively low L10, but have a few random games where they go off. Maxi Kleber types. So Andrew, I love this. This is something that I put up a little while ago. I think maybe on Monday I did this, or maybe it was last week. I can't remember, but I love the idea of targeting guys for relatively cheap who, when an injury occurs, they immediately like vault into a starting role. I love that. I love targeting guys like that. I targeted Jalen Williams from Oklahoma City because of that reason. He is the rookie guard who's been missing time for injury. But as OKC's season goes on, they're going to be intentionally losing games. I think someone like him is going to have this 2-week run where he's a fantastic play. So I love the idea. I mean, it's very speculative, right? And it's risky. It's not like you're going to be buying a lot of these guys who aren't going to play for like months. But I do. What are some of your examples of that besides Maxi Kleber? I think about the Kings a little bit, like a Davion Mitchell, a Kevin Huerter. For the Warriors, that's why those guys are popping, like the Kumingas, the Moody's, because if we ever have a situation where Draymond goes down for a little bit or Wiggins goes down for a little bit, all of a sudden they jump up. When do you think Rare and Limited MVP will come out? It sounds like it's coming out next week, Coach Darkholmes. It sounds like that's just about ready. Trick and Frank says my 6 moment is not displaying. Yeah, it took a little bit for my stuff to arrive. You could see it if you when you look over there. If you look at your cards, I'll pull up my share screen. You could kind of figure it out by sorting by team and then going team by team if like the right amount of cards weren't loading, and then you could search the player by the team. But it should be there. Sometimes a hard refresh will get you there. What else? What else are we going? I have 5 teams in training. Let's go, Joker Rock. I love to see it. Love to see it. Target teams that haven't used their bench a lot. The Suns, Suns are a great example of that. All right, so game week 4 is when the limited champ is coming. So that's Monday. And then the game week 6 is when the rare champ is coming. Thank you, Amy. Malik Beasley would be another. That's another, right? Thinking about Utah, man. Uh, Knowing that Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley are not going to be on the Utah Jazz in a few months. So all of these guys that we're seeing, like the Malik Beasleys, Talon Horton Tucker, who I know is a dangerous name to say on these streams because then all of a sudden you get hit with a little THT. We'll stop it at 9 points a night. But those types of guys will really pop if something happens. Any thoughts on Andy diving in hard on Sorare and saying he plans on multi-accounting? I didn't see him say he's planning on multi-accounting, but go get him, man. I can't. I mean, like, listen, it's supposed to be a single entry tournament. That sucks if people are doing it, but if Sorare's not going to go out of their way to police the thing or enforce it, like I can't control that. The one thing I will say though, Brandon, is that I'm excited that he's excited about it. I feel like that's a good sign for the platform. Not that the platform needed its help because it was doing fine anyways. But I feel like that's a positive. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie Walker saying he's greater than THT. I mean, sure. Yeah, that's probably true. But I think Lonnie Walker, with the role he's going to have on Utah, especially after these guys get moved, is going to be far greater than what you're ever going to see from Lonnie Walker. Again, talking fantasy stuff. Sorry, just keeping an eye on Twitter to make sure we're not getting any more news about players going down for today. No new tweets. No new tweets. I thought we would for sure have some more news, though I guess we're getting a little bit closer here. Who's your off the board play that you guys are targeting today? Is there anyone that you are you're like zeroing in on that you think are like, dude, no one else is gonna play this? Maybe it's those Washington Wizards guys. You guys seem pretty high on Monty Morris and Rui Hashimura. Is there anybody else you guys are looking at right now? I'm gonna pull up Momentum Labs too and scroll through the value a little bit more to see if there's anything. We saw like Grayson Allen, Caleb Martin. We already talked about these guys a little bit, right? Let's scroll up a little bit higher. Let's see what are some of the Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy again. We've already kind of said like Trey Murphy is balling, especially if our guy is out, Zion, right? Oh, Tom C, let's go, baby. We love to see it, Tom. Welcome. If you're not in the Discord, Tom, get in there. You get a bunch of alpha channels now that you're a VIP. Do we know when the rewards get hit? Will we get it today? Drivers, you already got it. So if you're in the Sorare Discord, they ping you and let you know when they hit, but you should already have them. You have to claim them, though. So if you go over to Sorare and you go to play, you can go to past. Usually when you go to it, it'll say claim rewards. So you should be able to see that. Drivers. Yeah, Zubats, man. Zubats has been freaking balling. We talked about him this morning. That big double-doubles his last couple of games. He had like 7 blocks the other night, too. Zubats has been absolutely balling, especially when some of these, like with Kawhi and Paul George and Marcus Morris, all these guys missing times, it's slowing down what Ty Lue can do from his roster construction. So we're seeing a little bit more of Zubats playing the 5, and he's also benefited from playing OKC 2 games in a row. So that definitely helps. We the People says Damian Jones is rumored to start today, so I'll use him in my Sorare lineup. Got to look at his cap; should be pretty low. I actually think I have a Damon Lee. Is it Damon or Damian? I feel like I'm butchering that. Damian Jones. Jesus, Damian. I'm confusing with Lee. Excuse me. I think it's actually kind of high. It's 28. It's 28. So that's tough. That is tough. Austin Reeves. Oh, no, even Austin Reeves is 21. Jeez. Benjamin's here. It says 4 beers in. Welcome, Ben. You did a great job yesterday. Pulled Halliburton, trying to squeeze him in there with Jokic, Bam, Şengün, and Javonte Green. Does that work? Are you able to fit all those guys in there? That feels high. Chetty could be decent with Garland out still. Yeah, Brandon, I guess you're basically making the call, Brandon. Do you think Chetty or Dean Wade, or Lamar Stevens. Like, who pops the most of those three? I think Chetty is a great call. Chetty's an infuriating play because he's either the best play of the night or the worst play of the night. Never in between, and that's tilting. Ghost of Greg Oden, we love to see it. Nick Richards and Jock Landell. We love both of those. What else you got? Chetty sucks. All right. Some Chetty anger. Listen, as an Armenian, this is the most I've ever talked about Turks. So there you go. And positively for that matter, you know. What else we got? Anything else sticking out right now? Driver saying about to roll out Ayton, Cat, Irving, Zubats, and Collins is my last this week. Wow. These price spikes before lock are crazy. Have to consider selling my cards instead of even entering a contest. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, if you are... Oh, man, if you don't love your lineup, like I was even thinking about some of my guys, right, that aren't going to make it. If we're not going to make it. Like someone like, I don't know, let's see what Monty Morris is going for. So I bought Monty for 16. Let's look at what he's going for in the market right now. Because I'll flip this right now. Wait, no, not that. We want to sort by player. Monty Morris. Monty Morris was, I was a big Monty Morris fan. Let's see. Let's see. Lowest price. $15. So I'm not even making money off that. We're holding. Are the rookies expensive? Yeah, most of them are. Any name that you recognize is pretty expensive. You really have to take a shot at some of these guys ahead of time. That's kind of why I like the Jeremy Sohan call. Like I was really into that, and I just didn't pull the trigger, and then he spiked. Hammy says, winning rare, D'Angelo, Franz Wagner, Cam Johnson, Jalen McDaniels, and Io. I like that lineup a lot, man. Tom saying, contender question, would you go with Halliburton, Caleb Martin, or all out and throw in Giannis with Juan, or with JTA, Juan Toscano Anderson? The only thing I would say, man, is that Juan just got ruled out. I'm pretty sure Juan got ruled out. So unless there's a different Juan, but I don't think there is. I've gone with my first pair for now. Feels bad putting Giannis in training, though. Yeah, that is tough. I do think JTA is out, though. If I'm wrong on that, somebody tell me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure. Stubbs, what's up, my man? Said this weekend will be my first contest. Can you watch the live scoring on Sorare? You can. You can see it. You can see it move in real time. You can see it move in real time, baby. Ben saying, can we use our So Rare cards in flash challenges? Yeah, but you got to burn them. And you don't know what the reward is yet. You just burn them. Sorry, dude. Anything else, guys, or do you want me to wrap up? I'm happy to stay for a few more minutes and just continue answering some Q&As here. I'm continuing to monitor Twitter to make sure we don't get any more late breaking news. Maybe next week I'll start this thing. It's hard to start a show like past 5 on a Friday just for my own mental health. But speaking of the Top Shots, we are going to give away Bradley Beal there. So go ahead and like the stream, subscribe, #SoRare for a Bradley Beal Top Shot debut. So get in there. Strictly Sports, I'll wait for you, man. What questions you got? Best to track data on So Rare Data Game Week Center. Dude, thank you, Hammy. See, this is the shit. Also, am I pronouncing Hammy right, or is it Hammy? I apologize. So let me know if I'm doing it incorrectly, because that's something that bugs me when I fuck it up. So if I am doing it incorrectly, let me know. That's good to know. I got to get better at knowing the tools that are already built into this space. Because again, I looked at baseball when it was happening. I looked at soccer when it was happening, footy, excuse me. But now that NBA's here, I'm really just diving in. Top Shot Tesla's here. Happy Friday. Good to see you, sir. I found out earlier you can't play a whole line from the same team. I love you're doing the Veronica style of just trying to put the whole team in there, just like play the Miami starting 5. No foot stuff for me. You're missing out, dude. You're missing out. Open your mind. What was I just going to pull up? I feel like we're up to 47 entrants in the So Rare thing. So we'll spin that in a few minutes. Get you excited. I'll put this out there one more time too. If you haven't signed up for So Rare yet, you can see it in our show notes. It's also the pinned chat in there. By signing up using that link, you get 20 free common cards. If you buy 5 in the marketplace, you get a 6th one free. Also, by signing up, you don't have to pay shit. You can just play the free game if you want. How to enter? Good question. All you got to do is like the stream, which you've probably already done. Subscribe, which you've definitely already done. And then you got to put hashtag Sorare into the chat, just like Luke did. Just like Luke did right here. If you put hashtag Sorare into the chat, that'll get you qualified. That'll get you qualified. I can tell Pack Drip is on mobile because it auto-corrected to Sorare. That's what my phone does every time. So get it in there. We're up to 49 entrants. Bradley Beal Top Shot debut from our man, the Admiral Club. Top Shot Tesla for the bar later tonight, or the food networking, binging with wine, whatever married people do on Friday nights. You know what? I'll tell you this right now, Top Shot Tesla. We were invited to a party that our upstairs neighbors are throwing. So we might actually be social tonight. However, Kelsey's going away this weekend. She has to get up early tomorrow, so we probably won't do anything crazy. Probably going to catch up on some Abbott Elementary. I don't know if you guys are Abbott Elementary fans, but we're going to watch some of that. That'll be fun. While I am watching basketball on my phone, probably, because I got to build some DraftKings lineups here in a second as well. Heard something about an Armenian missile crisis. That was actually my go-to when people would say, like, like icebreakers you'd have to do in college, maybe. I would be my go-to, what would your wrestling name be? And then from there, I started saying, like, oh, it'd be funny if I said that was the name of my dog. Make sure it's not a Dahmer apartment. There you go. That is true. I also got to finish up. I've been watching a lot of Unsolved Mysteries. Talked about that this morning. Watching a lot of Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah, it morphed into that. And a reminder, too, we have an NFL fantasy show on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. with John Boy Beats, one of the co-founders of Momentum Labs, who we've been looking at their spreadsheets today. So Sunday at 11, we give away an NFL Day premium pack for that show. So come tune into that. Yeah. Anything else? Last call. Last call. What other questions you guys got? You kidding me? You guys, everybody's lineup's ready to go? You guys are already built? Unsolved Mystery music gives me PTSD. Yeah. That's fair. That is fair. All right, let me check Twitter one more time. Make sure I don't have any updates here. Jaden Ivey, a game time decision. So Jaden Ivey's a game time decision. When he sat that last game, we saw Cade. We saw Cade have a pretty solid game. We also saw Boyan Bogdanovic go for 30 plus. So of the Bogdanovic clan. Did you watch the Dahmer show? Yes, I did. It was, I will say, though, it was a slog. It was really hard. It was really hard to get through that. It was really hard to get through it. Damn, Embiid doesn't want any more of the Raptor smoke. Is he ruled out yet, or is he still questionable? Did that just happen? Let's see. You know what? I'm going to check right now. I don't do this often. Let's go check what a certain something looks like right now. So let's get rid of Monty Morris. Let's check out Trezl Harrell. Dude, it's only 12, man. I honestly, oh God, I'm going to buy this right now. I'm buying this. I know that might be stupid, guys. That might be stupid, but I think I got to do it. Because if Embiid sits, man, he ends up being not a usage monster, but if he's like an offensive machine, he sucks. Like you can't play him in the playoffs. Was that a dumb buy? Somebody tell me in the chat. I just bought that from the manager listings. That's where I was. Is that bad? Felix says, does someone know if there's a way to see which players are in each tier? I believe each player is in each tier, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think you can already do it. Probably better than buying Simmons. Dude, listen, I'm in on Simmons, man. As a fantasy player, Simmons is going to get there. He's terrible right now. But he does too much, though. That's the thing about Simmons. His floor is like pretty solid. Because if he goes for like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, you know what I mean? 7.7 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 steals, 7 blocks. I mean, he's not going to get 7 steals and 7 blocks, but you know what I mean. Montrezl Harrell. How many moments have I fucking bought on this stream? Poker Pro Eric making the same joke that's been made 3 or 4 times so far. Gotta love it. No, he means like tier 1 LeBron, Siakam. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know where that is. I'm sure that exists. So someone in the chat will probably be able to help us with that. I don't know. That is something that I've been looking at it. They just added Embiid to the injury report at 1. I highly doubt he plays. Sixers play Heat tomorrow too. If Montrezl Harrell, lock it in right now. If Embiid sits, Montrezl Harrell is gonna put up fantasy points unless he gets into foul troubles, which is definitely a possibility too. Whew, I like it though. I like it. Is the training worth doing the players you're not using in a contest? Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you're not using them, you might as well, right? I don't know. I can't see there being any downside to that. I can't see there being any downside. What about Paul Reed? I think Paul Reed is fine too. I think Montrez though, Montrez is he's just got more of an upside in my opinion. Let's look at Paul Reed though. Fuck it, we'll buy Paul Reed too. Who cares what we're doing? You know what I'm saying? Like we just do whatever we want. Paul Reed, lowest price, 344, also 12. Dude, let's do it. Let's get Paul Reed. Let's do it. I can't wait for my card company to be like, hey, dude, what's going on? Paul Reed, let's go. Paul Reed, Montrezl Harrell. Let's buy all the Sixers, baby. Let's buy all the Sixers. Let's get them all. Got to get them all. Training and playing your tour cards builds experience that builds and carries over as long as you own the card. Experience odds. There you go. Bang. Ben says Trey. All right, we're done. We're done buying. No Treys. That's it. Jalen Noel versus Trey Murphy. Who you taking? Ooh, Tom, you know what? Let's do this first. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm taking Jalen Noel. I'm taking Jalen Noel. Oh, I see what Ben you were saying to Trey. I'm taking Jalen Noel, but let's look at what the spreadsheets say. And the reason I'm taking Jalen Noel is I have a soft spot for him, and I really like him. Trey Murphy's probably the play. Let's look at Murphy first. We already saw Murphy's value is absolutely just popping. If you own both of them, I think we're probably going to Trey Murphy, honestly. But let's look at this. Trey Murphy, 1.52 value. He's capped at 19, projecting at 28.9. So 28.9 on a 19 cap. Noel, I think, is a little bit higher, right? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Dumb. Yeah, he's at a 20 cap projecting for 22. What did I say? So yeah, Trey Murphy's the play. Trey Murphy's the play if you're a stat bro, but if you're a vibes guy, Jalen Noel. I think both of those are great plays, though. Both of them are great plays. Saying his knee is bothering him, and he hates playing on the road. Yeah, man. We the people. I feel like you always have a good take on this. Would you go Harrell or Paul Reed in a vacuum? Excuse me, Harrell and Paul Reed in a vacuum. Who do you got? Just highest points, most points. Who you got? Because you know what? If he can play, I think I can get off Ben Simmons if he plays. So I'm kind of rooting for it. Who do you got, though? Do DNPs lower the player card score? You know what? Good question, Desired. I'm not really sure. I agree with you, Badavine. Montrez sucks, but he's such a good fantasy point performer. All right, here we go. Last call. Get those hashtag so rare. Like the stream. Subscribe to Team Hold. Put hashtag so rare into the chat. Super Luminal says I got Reed, but I'm bearish on Montrez. Again, I'm bearish on Montrez in the playoffs. Regular season Montrez, give it to me, baby. She's giving BB Paul the minutes. Yeah, I mean, I guess they would split him, right? Okay, there we go. Breaking news: the DNP is not counted. Thank you. Double checking the old making sure I'm not missing anything here. Making sure I'm not missing anything for underdogs, underdog fantasy. No, just the Jaden Ivey was the last thing. So, all right, the most important news we need. We're probably not going to get the Zion news before lock. So you just have to, whatever your cojones are telling you. If you think Zion plays, you either play Zion. But like you gotta, like if you can only play Trey Murphy if you think Zion sits, in my opinion. I know Brandon Ingram's still out, so Trey's gonna play, but I don't know. I think man, I don't know. My free one was Dyson Daniels from the Pels. There you go. If Zion sits, Dyson Daniels is a fun play too. But yeah, the Zion news you got to pay attention to, but we probably won't get it in time. But the Embiid news you really got to pay attention to, and then you got to adjust accordingly if that happens. So I saw, what did Ben say? Ben, who's the first coach fired? I think it's Doc. I think Doc's going to get fired. I think it's Doc or Steve Nash. Fire Eric Spoelstra, dude. He sucked. No, you can't. I don't really mean that. Wait, did Embiid officially get called out? I saw, or are we just still speculating? Hold on, let me see that. I just got a DM that said Embiid is out, but maybe that was speculation that he was out. I feel like we wouldn't know until closer to game time. Let me see here. No, I don't have anything confirmed yet. So we still got to wait for that news. Houston coach. No. Houston coach isn't getting fired. I think he's doing a good job. I think the Houston coach is doing a good job. I like Silas. They're going to get another top 5 pick too. Like God, in like 2048, they're going to be a really good basketball team. That's my take. All right, guys, we're going to call it there. Full ass hour. I think next week we'll start at 5. We'll go 5 to 6 next week. Listen, let me know if you guys aren't in the Discord. There's a link in the show notes to join the Discord. Get in the Discord. We've got a Sorare Talk channel for those of you who are YouTube VIPs. And we'll, tell me who you're playing, what you're working with, and who you're buying. Excited to go check my card statement now after I just fired a bunch of stuff. We the people saying Darvin Ham is out of there? No, they can't. I mean, they might, though. The Lakers are crazy. But all right, guys, good luck this weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for some football stuff. Appreciate y'all being here. So